There's nothing really more soul-crushing than something you loved from your childhood not living up to that expectation. Sure, there's probably other things like, war and poverty and beheadings, but for me, it's a childhood cartoon not living up to the standards that I have bestowed upon it through nostalgic haze of member berries. And that's kind of the case with Beast Wars. Released in 1996, I never got to watch a ton of the show growing up. It was more or less I had a lot of the toys, especially like the McDonald's Beast Wars toys. And so I've always had like a fond memory of that. I think there's a video game of it too. It's like maybe like a fighting game or something, or am I like confusing that with Primal Rage? I don't know. But regardless, I always had fond memories of Beast Wars because it was Transformers, but animals. So it's cooler. Like, who doesn't like animals over cars? So when I was in Half Price Books and I found 2 VHS copies of Beast Wars on VHS tape, obviously, I guess, I had to pick them up because I was like, all right, cool, it's time to relive childhood. Now, going into these, I thought these were actually like movies, because they have a runtime of like an hour and 45 minutes. One of them's even like a feature-length adventure. No, these are collections of episodes from the show, and they have no rhyme or reason, really. I guess with Beastie's Escape, the theme is they escape from something. I guess that's what the theme is. But for the other one, like, I guess it's just episodes that run up to an hour 45, and they were like, yep, we can ship this off. Now, the Beast Wars feature film, if you will, is 5 episodes basically smushed together where we get kind of introduced to what's going on in the story. The story is basically when the Autobots and the Decepticons are fighting in space, they crash land on this planet where they use their scan that they normally like pick up cars and stuff to find their fursonas, if you will. This is a bunch of furries. That planet, though, happens to be an abundance of energons, which is the thing that they're always after. And now the Autobots become the Maximals, and the Decepticons become the Predacons. What a terrible name. And this is pretty much the origins of the Beast Wars. Optimus Prime's like, Beast Wars! And Megatron becomes a T-Rex. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, what's up? Today we're playing Mono Black Sack, or Black Sack, and I need to turn down my gain here. Starting a little bit late today, I apologize. I was getting a video to render out, and it was taking a lot longer than anticipated, but today we're playing Mono Black Sack, and we're kind of all in on the Lord of the Rings cards this time around. Where we have a bunch of them in our deck just to try out, see what they're like. So this isn't Prozac. That's why I'm not calling it Prozac, because we're not proliferating anything, which I think is probably where this deck wants to be right now in the current format. But we're just running kind of the mono black shell and seeing what happens here. So what have we got going on? Well, land-wise, we have 1 Bojuka Bog, 13 Swamps, and 4 Volt Whispers. Simple enough, right? So what are we doing with this deck? Well, the deck is sacrificing its own creatures for our own value. And, well, what are we sacrificing? Well, the best cards we can sacrifice is something like Eastern Vanguard, that when it dies, you amass orcs of 1. So it replaces itself with a 1/1, kind of a Mog War Marshal, in a way. We're also playing cards like Orcish Medicine or Mordor Muster to also create some orcs, trying out from the new set. We also have Haunt of the Dead Marshes, which is a 1/1 Nightmare Elf for 1 that when it enters battlefield, you scry 1. If you control a legendary creature, you can return it from the battlefield to the graveyard tapped. But we're also running Sam's Desperate Rescue for the Ring Temptation to return creatures from our graveyard to our hand, but also to tempt the ring and just kind of see how that goes. I wasn't very impressed the last time we tried something with the ring, so maybe, I don't know, maybe something like this will be a little bit better, but I'm not, like, super hopeful. We also have Nested Shambler, that when it dies, it creates X 1/1 green scroll creature tokens, where X is its power. And those are kind of our cards that we're going to be sacrificing. Well, what's the payoff to sacrifice? Well, for one, we can draw a bunch of cards through Village Rites or Deadly Dispute. That's one thing. What's up, White Lotus? Good morning. But we're also powering up Gixen Infiltrator, Mortician Beetle, and Carrion Feeder. What's up, Raging Bull? I see you got the Magic Onlines. How's it been going with that? Carrion Feeder, Mortician Beetle, and Gixen Infiltrator all grow when you sacrifice something. Carrion Feeder, you have to sacrifice a creature to make it grow, which is pretty easy. It's a built-in sack effect to grow. So that's what we kind of got going on main deck wise. We're kind of just seeing how some of these new Lord of the Rings cards work and going from there. So it's nothing super crazy. I just felt like some of these cards might be good in mono black sack. So I just wanted to try them out and see if they were good or not. Over here on the sideboard, we have 4 Crypt Rats, 1 Fleshbag Marauder, 3 Mesmeric Fiends, 4 Spell Bombs, and 3 Snuff Outs. Snuff Out when we need more creature removal. Crypt Rats for when we need to clear the board out. So Snuff Out we're bringing in against like Pawns and stuff. Fleshbag Marauder for Bogles, Mesmeric Fiend for stuff like Burn and whatnot, and 4 Nile Spell or combo, and 4 Nile Spell Bombs to clear out the graveyard. That's what we got going on so far. So good. I made a Jink White Weenie, as you probably saw. Jink Green Proliferate, and now I'm work with 3 other Jink colors when my daughter naps. Right on. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're having a good time with it. I know you're wanting to stream at some point, so that's pretty cool to finally get on Magic Online. This is our curve. We're top out at 2, so that's pretty cool. But let's get into some games. Thank goodness Chalice of the Void's not in this format yet. Omega Lotus, I wish. I lost one match with every white... I lost one match with the White Weenie, and I lost every match with Gleam Proliferate. Apparently, Bull is undefeated and the reigning king of Pauper now. I don't know how I missed that one. Yeah, I saw the White Weenie deck. It looks cool. White Weenie strats are always top dog. All right, let's see what our opening hand is. It's not bad. All right, I'll keep this. Lead on Nessus Shambler into Gixen Infiltrator. Start drawing cards. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Like I said, I just wanted to try out a lot of the Lord of the Rings cards. They seem really fun. Some of them do anyway. And just test to see how they are. So that's why we're kind of cramming in a ton in this deck. Just to start mushing in a bunch of them to see how they do. First time I've ever played a game where there's been like a lot of watchers popping in. That's kind of weird. I'm like my father, hello. I have to see what I can do with what I've got before I get more. Understandable. The nice thing about Pauper is it's pretty cheap. You can buy like the entire format for like $300, which I mean, that's not cheap, but you get them staple cards and everything else is, I mean, it literally comes like $1 to finish out a deck, if that even, you know. One time I'd love to sit across from somebody just randomly and they play Island and then like, you know, the mono blue sack deck, which I need to get back to. That deck is so cool. Probably next week we'll jump back to mono black sack for our Friday tinkering deck. Man, I feel like I got to sneeze. Ugh, excuse me. Let's get in for 1 here. Don't know if I should play the Gixen Infiltrator or just Mordor Muster here. I'm going to Mordor Muster. Let's do this. Gazoon tight? Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I was going to say, are you going to spell pierce my Mordor Muster? We're mustering up Mordor here. Draw a card and amass 1. What I'd like to do is draw land off this, and then we can Gixen Infiltrator, keep up like Village Rights or something. Which is what I'd like to happen. Cool. Mono blue terror. Maybe. Could be. Maybe. Could also be something like familiars. So they have dispel. Could just be mono blue terror. Potentially. The Vanguard, eh? I do kind of hate them having dispel, I'm not gonna lie. Why just fire off dispel now? Honestly. If they block this nested shambler, I totally will. Okay. That way they can't dispel it later. I mean, they could dispel the Deadly Dispute, which would suck, but trying to grow this Gixin Infiltrator. 2 lands. Not the best of draws. But we can Sam's Desperate Rescue to pick up another Nested Shambler. Also, Mordor Muster would place Dusk Legion Zealot and Blue Black Terror if Blue Black Terror ran it in the first place, right? Yeah, Mordor Muster is kind of just a better version of Dusk. Well, I don't know. Dusk Legion Zealot. I'm trying to remember what it does. It's the I know you get a card off of it, right? I smell a counterspell here. Orcish Medicine's kind of cool. Let's see here. If I attack with Gixin Infiltrator, yeah, let's attack with the Infiltrator here. I wish Orcish Medicine gave it hexproof too. I'm gonna Easterling Vanguard here. If they go to counter this, that'd be cool because we can just Deadly Dispute. But my guess is this is probably just blue-black terror or some kind of blue-black deck, but more than likely blue-black terror. That is blah, 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 blah. That's a lot of blahs to get through. Between my speech impediments and my fat cheeks. Yeah, this is definitely some kind of terror. You've activated my trap card. I don't like putting the counters on the one orc army, though. Wow, did we really just draw on another land and a nested shambler? Kind of sucks. Nice thing is this Gixin Infiltrator is going to outgrow them pretty quick. We don't have a lot of good sideboard stuff for this matchup. I mean, we have Snuff Out and Spell Bomb. I guess we have some stuff. We invalidate Snuff Out. That's good. Oh yeah, yeah. Like that's pretty good. It's 2:30 Central. I think Autumn will be waking up from her nap. We can give her a shout out. Is your daughter's name Autumn? My wife's name. It's always just weird to hear other names you know. We do know they have one of their cards is Dispel. So this Orcish Medicine, we need really to like plan around it, you know what I mean? Is this just terror here? Squirrels? It's true. We got the squirrelies. It's a strong name. Play the beetle. Sam's Desperate Rescue. Get the Easterling Vanguard. What do we get here? Do we get the Easterling Vanguard? Yeah, let's get the Easterling Vanguard. You'll be legendary, Ring Bearer. Ring Bearer legendary, can't be blocked with creatures with greater power. Cool. I'll take it. Vanguard. Attack you with a 4/3. That's unblockable. Oh, not necessarily unblockable, but Terror's not blocking it, so is what it is. I'm gonna leave open Orcish Medicine instead of playing Nested Shambler. There's Thought Scour. A problem is we don't have a good top end like Tolarian Terror unless we start drawing our sack effects. You know what I mean? Which we have a lot of. Like, we got, like, you know, a buttload. We just can't find them, apparently. Maybe we don't have enough. Maybe we went down too many. Because we did go down some village rights. Yo, so do y'all just play with your left hand resting over number 1 and 6? I'm so slow. I never touched the 6. I don't know what the 6 key does. My left hand does hover over 1 quite a bit, though. Squirrel Ring Bearer would have been more thematic, in my honest opinion. Well, one Squirrel Ring Bearer. Oh, is that an uncard? Oh. No, I see what you're saying. Put the ring on the squirrel. That would have been funnier. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying now. What's up, David? I rarely touch the keyboard anymore with the mouse and extra buttons. Yeah, you got the CaliCast set up, don't you? Also, David, just so you know, and everybody else will know, surprise, I guess, your interview will be up tomorrow. That's what I was exporting earlier. Was your interview, and hold please, what do I do here? So, getting yours set up. And I do that at Boy, I use 5 and 6 and some of the right click yield options. Yeah, definitely I don't think I'm like super ergonomically set up for Magic Online. Another Augur of Bolus. But yeah, yours should be up tomorrow. I will, it might be after it's up, but I will be reaching out and being like, hey, just so you know, like, you know, here's a video. I'll send it to you on Discord is what I mean. So. I bought it for MTGO, but it does some heavy lifting on video editing plus writing articles. Oh, I bet. Best too is you can map it for other games too. So yeah, you might have purchased it for MTGO, but you're probably getting a nice little variety use out of it. All right, Haunt of the Dead marches. Let's get ourselves a scry here. Let's find a sack outlet. For a deck that's mono black sacking, we're not sacking very much of the sacking. You know though, I still like this card on top of the library. I like cards that's going to replace itself. Nested Shambler. And then we'll attack you with a 4/3. Pay 4 life, kill a squirrel deck. Right? I use Wondershare Flamora for editing. I like it quite a bit. I like DaVinci Resolve. And I know David uses Resolve. I talked to him, but also David, I realized I was getting some footage from your channel to put into the interview, the intro to the interview. And once you said, I don't know why it never clicked, but once you said I use Resolve, now I notice a lot of your transitions are from Resolve, and I'm like, duh. No wonder the transitions look familiar. DaVinci Resolve is awesome. Okay, so I was indeed missing something. Do we only have 2 rights effects, or am I missing something? Yeah, we have the Deadly Disputes. What do we have? Deadly Disputes, 2 Village Rights, 4 Carrion Feeders is our sack outlets. So we are down on sack outlets. Hey, I never said this was a perfect. I never said this was a perfect deck by any means, did I? I wish the Haunt of the Dead March was instant speed. That'd be so nice. I'm just hoping. I wish they don't play any more terrors. Another Augur, maybe? Chainer's Edict. Sure. Oh, that's really good against us, though, because it makes our Infiltrator bigger. But it unfortunately... Is this a May ability? Damn, it's not. Because now they can block our Infiltrator really well. If we would have made the squirrel the ring bearer, it would have been a snuff out target. Oh, okay, gotcha there. Perfection only describes the unattainable. Sweet, it's also free. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve is free and it is amazing. 1, 2, 3. Haunt of the Dead Marshes, please. Carrion Feeder on top, please. Easterling Vanguard. I'm gonna just swing all next turn. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. They're gonna hard counterspell Easterling Vanguard. Lame. Block in there and there. Sure. Part of me is like, wonder if we give it indestructible, you know? But I'm gonna pass. We'll just leave up the indestructible. We know they have snuff out. We know they have dispel. I'll admit that I had to look up, but I'm glad I did. I don't know what that is. Premumptuous. Oh, perfection is premumptuous, and the enemy if good. Yeah, if I will just say, if anybody's looking for a good free video editor, I super recommend. That's pretty good. I super recommend DaVinci Resolve. Big time. Really? You have to have the land for the dispel here. Although I doubt they attack here. Pretty sure we have the game, though. Carrion Feeder? Attack with everybody. Blockity, blockity. I know Dispel's coming, but that's fine. Well, maybe. Maybe. Sack feeder to itself? I'm going to. Snuff out my squirrely boy. Not my squirrely boy. Are they just going out on their own terms? Is that what's happening right now? Let's choose lifelink. And now you're dead? Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. Was it just suicide? I think so. If I'm going down, I'm taking that squirrel with me. Right? God damn it, if I'm going down, you're coming with me. Yeah, snuff out. Spell bombs come in. What do we go out here? Don't know. Blah, blah, blah. What do we go down here? Might just go down 2 Orcish medicines, or all the Orcish medicines, honestly. And I like everything else, though. I like everything else in the deck quite a bit. It was hard. We did win that first game. Maybe I just don't bring in the snuff outs. Sounds weird, right? Maybe I don't. You know what? I'm not going to. Run it crazy. I would go with Mesmeric Fiend and side out snuff out. Mesmeric Fiend. Well, hold on. Yeah, because you can take a creature from them. Take one of their big creatures. Might do that next game. I'm going to keep this. I'm not, like, super in love with this, but it's not bad either. So I'm going to keep. Lead on Nested Shambler into Spellbomb. Hope we just draw land at some point. I don't know how many times I've kept the one hand, Wonder Hand, you know, and it's always backfired. But hey, this wasn't one of those days. Wasn't one of those days. Nested Shambler, pass the turn. Next turn we just drop Carrion Feeder, Mortician Beetle. Turn 3, we'll have Spellbomb ready. I doubt they get enough. Well, maybe. Okay, still only 1. No, maybe we just play Carrion Feeder and Spellbomb. Getting Limp Bizkit vibes? Yeah. Limp Bizkit. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. I know y'all be loving this shit right here. I am not ashamed of how much Limp Bizkit I've listened to in my life. Not even an iota of shame. They kept a 1 land hand, so I'm going to go Carrion Feeder, Mortician, Beetle, and then next turn, hopefully Spellbomb. Maybe this is too greedy of a play. Oh, yeah. They also kept the 1 land Wonder Hand. And it's backfiring a little bit, ain't it? Sacrifice. Always yield. Always yes. Always yield. Always yield. Alright. Bloop. Another spell bomb. Cool. Alright, well. Sacrifice this squirrely boy. Back you for 6. Limb boss vibes. That is probably, according to the picture, probably not a Limp Biscuit. What's up, Darius? Limb boss looks like a pretty sturdy biscuit, if you will. Did you see the There I Ruined It version of Break Stuff? No, I haven't. Sounds awesome, though. Spellbomb you? Are they spell piercing me here? Sturdy biscuit. Just one of those days. Okay, cool. We took down Blue Black Terror. I understand this deck is flawed because we don't have enough sack outlets. I'm going to leave it as it is for today because I just want to test out some of the Lord of the Ring cards and see if they're any good. So, if they suck, they suck. This is probably not the optimal mono black list to run. I never doubted it, right? We took down Blue Black Terror. That's all that matters. That's 2 days in a row we've taken down Blue Black Terror, by the way. Flaccid Biscuit. Oh, no. I'm surprised they, honestly, like, with Limp Bizkit being Limp Bizkit, I'm surprised that's not been an album title yet. Or a song title. There's a movie. I had in mind a mono black deck with a 3/2 that tempts you and unearth. Yeah, the Lotus shared in the Discord server either he shared in the Discord server or he direct messaged me. I can't remember. A mono black deck that was running the 3/2 temp orc. That looked really cool. So I would love to see a deck list, David. This is a mulligan. This is a keep. But, man, I want to keep everything here, too. Like, I don't want to get rid of anything. Probably just going to bottom the Orcish Medicine. I don't know, the Orcish Medicine protects Gixin Infiltrator, but then we have Sam's Desperate Rescue. Yeah, let's do that. There's a movie Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit directed called The Fanatic, which is a so bad it's good movie that it's hilarious. John Travolta plays somebody who is incredibly offensive to a certain type of person. I'll leave it at that. But do we want a second Infiltrator? We don't have a sack outlet right now other than Deadly Dispute. I'm gonna put it on top. Maybe we should have bottomed that. I don't know. Also built one last night in the Discord. Yeah, I haven't got to look at that one yet. I saw a couple deck lists. I just didn't have time to check them out yet. I will later today, though. But it's called The Fanatic, and it's with John Travolta, and it's hilarious. This might be Tron. It is hilarious. Or not. Naya? Absolutely hilarious. But there's a part where, because Fred Durst being from Limp Bizkit, where I shit you not, a character is like, these guys are Limp Bizkit, man. They're playing Limp Bizkit. These guys were Limp Bizkit, man. Man, they ruled back in the day. And it is not told in any slight of irony. It is 100% for realsies. And it is hilariously cringe. That whole movie is hilariously cringe, though. The entire movie. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we do here. Probably Gixin Infiltrator. Sure. So super recommend it. It's hilarious. It's a very, very bad movie. Basically, it's John Travolta's character is like superstar obsessed with this actor, and he's a fanatic, if you will. Like, the message of the story the backbone to the message of the story is pretty solid, but the actual story is goofily hilarious. It's a goofy gooper movie, 100%. Now I kind of wish we had that orcish, because now we're just kind of dead in our tracks here. Well, let's deadly dispute here. Make you a 3/2, draw card, play land. Let's Easterling Vanguard here. Attack you for 4. Kind of just ran on autopilot there. I wasn't really like planning out my play lines of like, yeah, this will work. I was like, well, I don't think we get to attack this turn with Gixin Infiltrator, but we play the Eastern Vanguard, and then next turn we can deadly dispute it, and then we can play Sam's Desperate Rescue, and then we can play cards like that. But it was like, no, you can just do this instead. Not entirely sure what our opponent's got going on. I'm just going to assume there's some kind of like Naya deck of some kind. Lightning Bolt. No fun allowed here. All right, now we can probably just Sam's Desperate Rescue. Carrion Feeder. We could just play Gixin Infiltrator V2 and then Carrion Feeder. I'm going to attack you for 2. Sleep Magicking? Yeah, kind of. I was thinking about a funny movie. So we could go Gixin Infiltrator and Carrion Feeder. We could go Carrion Feeder, Nested Shambler, Sam's Desperate Rescue. We could just go Nested Shambler, hold up Deadly Dispute. There's a lot of things we could do here, and I kind of like just Gixin Infiltrator, Carrion Feeder. It's kind of what I like here. There's 3rd mana for our opponent. We could also Carrion Feeder away the Easterling Vanguard, but I would rather Deadly Dispute the Easterling Vanguard, personally. 'Tis what I'd rather do. Opinion on Sausage Party? I think it's terrible. If you like it, and I'll say this with any movie, if you like a movie I don't like or I think is really bad, by no means should my opinion lessen or devalue yours. Everybody has their own opinion. That's the beauty of art. I personally really didn't like Sausage Party. Navigator's Compass. Sure. Man, if you didn't gain 6 life, we could have had you down already to 13. Did you like Iron Sky? I've not watched Iron Sky yet, Pascal. It's been on my watch list for a long time, though. It and its sequel. They seem fun. I just haven't watched them yet. Quit lightning bolting my infiltrators. No, it's absolutely awful. I just found the comedy to be hilarious. Yeah, I didn't find the movie to be funny at all. I just really didn't like it. All right. Sam's Desperate Rescue. Let's get back one of our infiltrators here. Carrion Feeder can be the legendary. Let's Infiltrator and Nested Shambler, because Nested Shambler will let us outgrow Carrion Feeder of a Lightning Bolt. Wasn't saving the Infiltrator a valid option? How could we save it? By sacking stuff? So we would have had to sack our whole board to save just Infiltrator. So both the Eastern Vanguard and its token and the carrion feeder. And I think the trade off would have been better just let Gixen Infiltrator go while we had Sam's Desperate Rescue in hand, personally. Now, normally I would sack the Nested Shambler here and make 2 big creatures, but I don't know if I want to. Just because, I guess it depends on what our opponent does here. If they Journey to Nowhere. Okay, of course, Skyfisher. Pick up Navigator Compass. Okay, Abundant Growth makes sense. Draw another card. Thrabian Inspector. So they're just making a bunch of dorks here. Alright, well, we kind of have the floodgates open, so sack the Shambler. Sack the Squirrely. Sack the Vanguard. We have a 5/4, so I would rather Deadly Dispute this army here. Cool. So what we can actually do is bring back Haunt of the Dead Marsh here, bottom U, and then we can Deadly Dispute the Haunt of the Dead Marsh, draw a bunch of cards. All right. Just attack with you two. A lot of damage. Sausage Party is just masturbatory. They did it for themselves. The actors were just their own audience. That's what they aiming to please. Yeah, pretty much. Which is fine. I've seen a lot of movies where, you know, and I think it's fine to make art for yourself and your friends and then just share it with the world. My problem is I just didn't find any of the humor funny. It wasn't clever either. It was just like really like base stuff that was super boring. I just found it to be really boring personally. But that's my opinion. I mean, Seth Rogen and them, they've done other good movies. Like, This Is the End, I think, is really good. I actually probably think it's probably their best work. Sure. They're just flooding the board here. I'm actually going to sack this token. That was a bad choice. It was like the new Scooby-Doo show on HBO, if you can even call it Scooby-Doo. The Velma show. I've not watched that, but I've heard horrendous things about it. I've heard really bad things. I have a buddy who's pretty big into Scooby-Doo who said it was really bad. I haven't watched it in about 3 years or so, so maybe it's just an age thing. Man, I don't know. I think I was I in high school when that came out, or was I in college? Sausage Party 2016. Oh yes, I was in college. Well, actually, I wasn't even in college. I was working at that point full time. I do remember I saw it in theaters. I do remember seeing it in theaters and like hardly anybody laughing at it, which is never a good sign. Our opponent's hand must be pretty bad if they're tapping down just to play creatures. I feel pretty good about this one, especially with Deadly Dispute. Let's Haunt here. Haunt of the Dead March finds a Orcish Medicine. Keep on top. Deadly Dispute the army away. Draw some cards. There's like a thing over here on this snow-covered island that keeps flickering, and it's got me like super duper concerned like something bad's gonna happen. You know? Just curious if they can kill us in the air. We can't kill them this turn. Because they have to... What? That was a weird choice. So they're just dead? Why did they not block the carrion feeder? Hmm. Yeah, they would have lived if they didn't block the carrion feeder. That was a weird choice from our opponent. I don't agree with that play line. All right, what are we doing over here? Paid actor. um, what was your opinion on the probability you didn't see the line? Yeah, they probably just didn't see the line. Um, but I do remember in Sausage Party, I don't remember a lot of people in the theater. I guess I do remember. I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of people laughing at Sausage Party in the theater, and I don't remember there being very many in there either. My bad. I was mid-message. No worries. Yeah, carrion feeder comes in. I don't even think we want snuff out really. I think carrion feeder is just fine. I like carrion feeder leaving in orcish medicine. That seems pretty good. I think I'm gonna go down pretty much all the Mordor musters here and just leave it like that. I'm trying to think of some other like Seth Rogen and co movies that I like. This hand's not very exciting, but it will be if we top deck a Crypt Rat, so I'm gonna keep. We got to top deck the Crypt Rats though. Yeah, Pineapple Express is pretty good. I always forget about that one. I don't know why. I always forget about that one, but I do. Yeah, pineapple. We could not, if we don't draw any more orcish medicines, I'd be happy. Curdate, pretty good. That was not a crypt wrap. It was not a crypt wrap. Crypt wrap. Cheesy Pete's. So this is just Naya Zoo. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it a lot. So my problem here is carrion feeder dies real easy to lightning bolt. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not against it either. But yeah, the interview was actually pretty good. I got a funny story about the interview that's going to sound really bad, but I'll explain it in a second. So what I'm debating on in my head is if I play Bajuka Bog here, the next turn I can go Carrion Feeder, sack the Nested Shambler, then Sam's Desperate Rescue, pick back up the Nested Shambler, play this Nested Shambler, and then hopefully outgrow them. I think that's what I'm going to do. So the interview, does anybody remember the horrendous press around the interview? So if you don't, let me catch you up. The Interview is a movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen where James Franco plays an interviewer who goes to North Korea to interview Kim Jong-un or whatever his name is. And when the movie was coming out, North Korea was threatening mass retaliation. And there was stories going around of how they were going to send North Korean infiltrators into theaters. I'm really glad they tapped out here. Into like North American theaters, and that they were going to like basically do some horrendous stuff. Well, the interview came out, I think on Christmas, if I remember right. But me and a buddy went to see it opening night, and we were sitting in the theater, and right before the movie started, and like I said, this I guess is probably a message to the xenophobia that media can create. But a Asian family, I'm not sure what denomination, sit behind us in the theater, and both me and my friend looked at each other like, oh shit, like, is this real? And after the movie, it made you realize, like, oh my god, how much like fear mongering the media presents. But it was definitely something to, I don't know if think about's the right word, but it was definitely something that existed. That's probably not a good thing. But I do remember that very vividly. And then we watched the movie, and the movie was pretty funny. So, um, enjoy the movie overall. Make you the ring bearer and play you again. And my problem is if I pass and we go to block chump, they can lightning bolt in response. To which I guess we could just reactivate, right? Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine here. It's forgettable. It's not bad, just not a go-to movie. I've seen, like, that's one of them that has, the first time I watched it, I was like, it was pretty okay. But then I've seen it twice since then, and I've kind of liked it more each time I've seen it. Like, it's like a good, like, 7 out of 10, I think. Unless it's Naya mutate, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? The interview was hilarious in my opinion. I liked it. All right. Well, okay, they didn't have two. Super lucky, happening in life, no proliferate. No, we're not playing Prozac this time around. Oh yeah, that's typical nowadays. Into with the state of social media, is there days where I don't have to go to school because of bomb threats? That's just the world, unfortunately. I mean, the whole thing with that is that happened even when I was a kid, like bomb threats and stuff. That happened a lot even when I was a kid. So, god damn it. They had it again. Yeah, this isn't Prozac. We're just kind of trying out a bunch of Lord of the Ring cards, but we're probably gonna lose this game. I like the interview. I was saying Pineapple Express is forgettable. Oh, gotcha. I would say, like, out of the ones we've talked about so far, Pineapple Express would be my least favorite of the three. Like, This Is the End and the interview. Then I would say that it's like the third one. Yeah, we're dead here. We're not entirely dead, but we're pretty much dead. It's still upsetting that it happens, though. That is very true. It is upsetting it happens. It is very upsetting. And also, not to get political or anything. Um, that was just something I remember being younger when that movie came out, being like, wow, really? I don't want to be that guy, but we're running too many Orcish medicines. Maybe. Could possibly. You know, you never know. Oh, you are just too late, my friend. All right. Uh, yeah, This Is the End is bonkers. Michael Cera carries the whole first quarter. He is really funny. It's just a great idea for a movie too, of something like that. Run it back. Of something like that, though. It's just a great idea for a movie. I also think Danny McBride steals a lot of the show too, but I'm a huge Danny McBride fan. I like him like tenfold more than like Seth Rogen and co. All right, this ain't keepable. I'm gonna lead on. Oh, just Carrion Feeder. Carrion Feeder into Mortician Beetle into Easterling Vanguard. Their opponent have the turn one abundance again. Experiment one, I like it. All right, well, if that's the case, then I'm still just going to Carrion Feeder and Mortician Beetle. I would be surprised if they block this Carrion Feeder. If they don't, cool. If they do, oh, you know what I mean? Oh well. We kill the this thing. When we go to round 3, we could cut medicine for Fleshbag. I don't like Fleshbag that much against a deck that spans out a lot of creatures, because that also hurts us. In a way. In a way. I'm also not like super privy to cut Orcish Medicine because of Crip Rats, but we could have. We totally could have cut one. Also, Pascal, I'm sorry I didn't see your comment till a little bit too late. Yeah, I'm gonna Gixane Infiltrator here and attack with Co. See what happens. No blocks. Cool. I feel like our board's pretty. I shouldn't say this because I'm gonna jinx myself, but somewhat secure. The Sea-Sealing Vanguard is gonna be psycho when it goes down, or if it goes down. Turn off auto yields. Why did I auto yield? Turn off auto yields. We can react to everything. Turn off auto yields. Okay. I'm really bad about just automatically hitting auto yield. I don't know how many times I've had like complete punts by doing that, but what's your opinion on AVP movies? I love those around 10 to 12. I haven't revisited them. I'm scared. I'm not going to like them now I'm a bit older. So I think the first one is probably the better movie in terms of story, but I think Requiem is just an absolute nonsense gore fest, and so I like Requiem better. But I think both the Alien vs Predator movies are pretty bad, but they're kind of like popcorn bad. You know what I mean? Like they're not as good as the Predator or the last what was the last Predator one? Prey, or like Alien or Aliens, but I don't think they're like bad popcorn either, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Um Sack you. Always yes, always yield. Yeah, there's definitely been some movies I've revisited as an adult that I liked when I was younger that I was like, ooh, this is bad. I like Rocky. Yeah, Rocky's good. It's been a long time since I've watched any of the Rocky movies, and I've not seen all of them. I've seen Rocky 1, and then I've seen the one where he fights Dolph Lundgren. Those are the two that I've seen. Let's just make a lot of big creatures. Always loved Predators, though. I thought they were badass. Yeah, Predators are awesome. I've read several of the Predator comics. Wanted to be one for Halloween. It'd be like a super dope-ass costume to make, for sure. I guess I could double block. Do I care about a double block? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Don't know. Do what they do. Maybe this is too aggressive of an attack here. That could be very well the case. Come on, let's see that double block. There we go. Alright, so I could just let this go and kill a Skyfisher. Here's the thing: is like if I sack this, yeah, Mortician Beetle gets a little bit worse, but then we have two larger creatures. All right, I'm gonna do it, and they lose their board, which I think is important. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that attack and that trade-off. Maybe I'll feel better if we can Orcish Medicine. Gosh dang it. Oh, there goes the Infiltrator. Turn off auto yields. Why do I keep clicking auto yields? I mean, we have a 7/6, so it's pretty good. Would really like to top deck a land here, though. Okay. Haunted March. Hit you for 7. Maybe I should have played. Maybe I should have just played Sam's uh, desperate rescue instead of the haunted the dead marsh there, and then play carrion feeder. So that way we have carrion feeder. There's also an argument that I should have just left Orcish medicine up. Well, if they have another journey to nowhere, we're kind of screwed here. Well, pretty good too. Why are they giving you the ring? Why are you giving the ring to the infiltrator? I don't know. We're getting screwed on mana though, big time. Kurt Ape, pretty good. Our opponent's got a lot of mana though. The ring is weird. I don't like the ring. The more I've had the ring, the less I like it. Bugler. I don't know why they don't just play Core Skyfisher, pick up Journey to Nowhere. Alright, land. Come on, we need land. That's not a land. So we could just clean off their board here. They have Journey to Nowhere in hand. Man. Kind of a crap spot. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna pass. My guess is they'll probably attack first. I would hope they would attack first. Wipe the board out. Take them down to 4. They have another Kurt Ape. God damn it. There's a land. Alright, Mortician Beetle. I'm trying to get that Journey to Nowhere out of their hand here. There it is. Okay. I'd really like to top deck a land here. like really badly. That way we can keep up Orcish Medicine if need be. Now we get a Nested Shambler instead. Well, we can't do anything to protect it, so I'm just going to Nested Shambler here and pass. Let's hope they don't top deck a way to deal with Crypt Rats. God damn it. No attack's kind of interesting. So I'm kind of just holding on to this Orcish Medicine to just deal with potentially one of their cards. What's up, David? At least I wasn't cast into fire, right? Cast into fire seems really strong. Nested Shambler. Kurt Ape again. I missed nearly the whole stream due to a meeting. Is it still running though? How's our record? I don't know. I don't think we've lost any games yet. But I think this is just match 2. I think. Good question. It's been a long one, put it that way. Yeah, this is only match 2. So this has been a long grindy game. Okay, they scoop it. Well, we got there. Going to match 3. The deck is okay. This is like day 3 undefeated. Didn't we lose one the other day? I know we went undefeated with Mono Black Sack. What do we play? I don't think we're undefeated. I don't think we're 3 days undefeated. But yeah, so far I am not a fan of the ring. The more it's not it so I think a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, the ring's going to be good, but it's not going to be as strong as Monarch or Initiate." I don't think the ring's good really at all. Like I actually think like you have to have a deck that is just streamlined for the ring, right? It's 100% to me like a limited mechanic. It's not a thing really here that well. And like I said, maybe it is something you really need to like dive into being the ring bearer. You know what I mean? Kind of have a deck that is all about being the ringer. But so far in like stuff like this, I'm not been impressed with the ring cards. What are some other ones that the ring tempts you with? Like slip on the ring, maybe. Yeah, I feel like you probably need, and like I said, we've not activated. Oh, let's go White Lotus. He'll end the winning streak. I think I have a losing record against him. Well, it has to be a Boggle shell for sure, right? It has to be like some kind of shell where you're just doing the ring thing all the time. I'm gonna keep this and probably just bottom one of the lands. I won't be in chat for a little bit, but I can still hear you. No worries, Darius. No worries. And it's still an issue because it gets blocked by fairies, right? Yeah, I've not been the biggest fan so far of the ring. It could just be not good in Black Sack. You want it on small dude that has impact on the field. So, okay, yeah. The thing is like the first, okay, we're against him playing Golgari Graves. This is going to be scary. I don't think I run out Mortician Beetle yet. I think I'm just going to draw a card off of Muster after we attack. The thing is you don't progress the ring unless you have more temptations. And typically, if you have a little critter that you put the legendary can't be blocked, which that's not been bad, but if you have that, that's a whole different it's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like you got to like build that up for it to actually be like kind of powerful. And I just don't see there being a lot of good decks. But there might be just a ring deck that exists. You know what I mean? A deck that you want to like build the ring off of. But so far in the shells that I've tried the ring in, it's been underwhelming. I guess I can put it in my mono rat tribal deck. There you go. And I also think some of the cards that allows you to go further into it is not like the strongest. You know what I mean? Cool. That's what I was looking for. I'm still not a big fan of playing Mortician Beetle here. We just don't have any sack outlets. I do think that this deck is not the best because we're not running very many sack outlets. But after this match, we'll talk about the deck. Which reminds me, Lotus, I know you're not watching. Hang on a second. I got to turn on the oven. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to turn on the oven for my lunch. I had like a frozen pasta thing. Frozen ziti. Big ziti. Seed of Hope. I love this deck. I can't wait to play this deck. Like this deck a lot. So good about hating the land drops too. My goodness, a lot of critters there. Dude, but is it enough value if you ninja the ring bearers to your hand after one hit? Right? We have the Deadly Dispute. Alright, so I think we can play the Beetle now. I'm going to attack with everything and then Deadly Dispute whatever he blocks. Kind of be annoying if he blocks the Orc Army, but it is what it is. He might not block. Deck can gain a lot of life. Like, this is actually probably a deck I don't know how we beat. You know, to be fair. I don't know how we beat this deck. Other than sideboard like Nile Spellbomb stuff, Graveyard Hate. I mean, yeah, that's obviously the best way, but like game one, I feel like it's probably, unless his hand is really bad, probably going to be their game. I think if we had like Prozac, you know, a little bit more aggressive shell, it'd be a different story. But as we sit right now, I don't have the highest of hopes for us. The bear. It's the bear that is so where. Satyr Wayfinder dumping even more into their graveyard. I'm like, do we Deadly Dispute this turn? I think we do. Deadly Dispute this. Always yield. Oh, it's Lotus. Nice, right? What's up, Sarah? I don't think you can just put one the Ring Tempts You card into an existing deck, but I think someone will make a deck around it. Might end up being good. That's what I was trying to get at. It's like the tactics like I've done so far to like utilize it. I think you need to like build around it more. But like the cards that tempt you aren't like the strongest. So I don't know. I think more as a thing you get through when you fully get ringed. If that makes sense though. East-Shielding Vanguard. East-Shielding Vanguard and pass. Plus, us not having a lot of sack outlets in this deck is probably going to be pretty detrimental to this matchup. Because, like, Werebear is ginormous. You know what I mean? Yeah, Graveyard Hate is probably... Oh, they have Crawl now in the graveyard. So I can get Withering Necromass next turn for 1. Which is probably just going to be game because we don't have any flyers either. B. Well, poopadoo. Probably just Spell Bomb is all we bring in. We really need a Carrion Feeder in this matchup. Deadly Dispute. Grow the Beetle. Okay, I'm on Carrion Feeder. Nope. Alright, well. Shoot. Pass, I guess. This is not good. This is really bad. So, definitely going to bring in Nile Spellbomb. Probably cut down the Indestructible Dorks. Yeah, because he can just fly overhead a bunch. Gurmag's pretty good too. Alright, I'm dead. Let's go to sideboard. 100% bring in Spellbomb. And I don't know what else. Giovanni, what's up? I would love myself a cheeseburger right now. Goddamn. Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? I feel like cheeseburger tempts me more than the ring right now. It does sound good. It sounds really good. Let's go down 2 medicines. Well. Alright, 2 medicines, 2 musters. Try like that. I will say, yeah, that I don't like this this build of this deck very well. The more I play it, but we'll talk about that after this match. Let's. I don't know how I feel about this. Mulligan this. All right, I'm gonna keep triple haunt. I want to keep it. I'll bottom one of those haunts. Let's go. Love to see a Carrion Feeder. That's what I'd love to see. Let's see what happens here. Can we be quick enough off the jump? That's the question. Probably not. Carrion Feeder. Infiltrator, and then we can Haunt of the Dead Marsh Carrion Feeder next turn. They don't kill our poor little Carrion, Infiltrator here. They got no land off of that, which is really surprising. Vanguard's kind of a cool draw. Let's Haunt of the Dead Marsh. I want to try to get a 3rd land here. Sam's Desperate Rescue, though. I will put on top. Like Carrion Feeder. Attack you. My guess is they chump. May not chump here. No chumps. All right, pass. We know we're drawing Sam's Desperate Rescue, so I actually might just Village Rights away. Haunt of the Dead Marsh there. Finally found a land for themselves. Is probably what I'll do. Is Village Rights first, try to find a land. So then we can play Easterling Vanguard. No land. Damn, that sucks. Wheel. Just play Carrion Feeder. Attack with everybody. And block this Carrion Feeder. He's going to double block the Carrion Feeder. Sure. Attack you. Grow you. Grow you. Sacrifice the other Carrion Feeder. Don't know. Yeah, what do you think about that Selesnya food deck, that top 16? It looked really sweet the little bit I looked at it. It looked really cool. I'm telling you, there's going to be some kind of food deck pop out. I'm almost positive of it. There's going to be one. It may not be tier 1 or even tier 2, but I feel like it's going to exist for sure. Probably just Mordor muster here unless we top deck a land. If we top deck a land, then I'm going to Easterling Vanguard and Sam's Desperate Rescue. Did you watch that updated Wonder Bread match Lotus had? I think it's got chops. I don't think I watched the updated one. I watched one of them, though. I think the original one. Or unless he only posted one video. I'm not sure how many videos he posted of it. Well, Crapzilla here. Just one video, but it's updated list. Yeah, I did watch that. Seemed pretty good. Attack you. Yeah, I don't think we're going to beat this deck. This deck is really strong against what we're doing. I love this Golgari Graves deck a lot, though. Like, a lot. I think it's super cool. I definitely want to get rid of their Necromass. If they have another one, I don't know what we do. We're stuck on 2 mana, too, which doesn't help our cause. Because we're wanting to, like, fire off a couple extra spells. Backfeeder, Self-Pump Infiltrator. Then Necromass doesn't die, and then it kills Inf next turn. Yield through turn. I would have thought at least one game, though, so far, we would have gotten another ring to, like, you know what I mean? Do the other ring thing, but apparently not. Why you gotta be so smart? I is not. Gorging Vulture, sure. Let's not see another Necromass, please. He's not Eater. Crip Rats. Crip Rats confirmed. Come on, not a Gurmag. Oh, Gurmag would be okay. Ish. Be okay-ish. We really want to land. We really want to land. Another Necromass, that would be pretty horrifying for us. They'd have Crawl from the Cellar, though. Excuse me, in the graveyard. Gurmag, sure. Problem with Gurmag is they can just double block, and then it's dead, but... Oh, come on. Where's our land? Go Beetle. Carrion Feeder. I want a Mordor Muster. Maybe I should have just Mordor Mustered there. I think we just pass here. Try to get these cards out of our hand. They don't have a untapped land. They can only crawl and not play the creature. Okay, no. They have they had an untapped land. Well, shit. Well, shit. Yep. Crawl. Pick up Necromass. Zombie gets bigger. What's up, Darius? Getting her ass kicked by White Lotus here. Yeah. I heard. I forgot you were gonna have the sound on still. Yeah. Well, that finally, you're late to the party there. So Easterling Vanguard nets us 2 tokens to sack. Makes Mortician Beetle a 3/3, Carrion Feeder a 3/3, and Gixid Infiltrator a 10/8. They chump with Writhing Necromass and then Gurmag, and then we just lose most of our board. Well, shit. We could just play Easterling Vanguard, attack with Gixid Infiltrator, just see how they block. Then we lose our Ring Bearer. Alright, no attacks. Just gonna pass. They don't have another Crawl from the grave yet. Problem is this Gorging Vulture is just going to keep punching us in the face. Could Mordor Muster up a critter, hopefully. Another Vulture. Not good. Not good at all. So we draw here. They get another Gurmag. Damn. Damn. We could get what's it called? The indestructible card, indestructible lifelink card, which would be good for us. Hmm. So that means we'd have to top deck. Our perfect draws would be land, and then the indestructible card, or indestructible card Mordor Muster into a land. We get Beetle instead. Well, let's Mordor Muster here. Get another Infiltrator. That's not very exciting. Pass here. Sam's Desperate Rescue would be kind of cool too. We can't play Gixin Infiltrator because Gixin Infiltrator, we would have to just get rid of this Gixin Infiltrator, which really sucks. Hmm. Eerie Soul Tender, Necromass. No, you don't. It's only. No, you don't. It's only if it's legendary. Yeah, it's legendary right now. They both have to be legendary. Hmm. Spellbomb's definitely late to the party here. All right, Infiltrator. 1, 2, 3. Fuck it. Let's just do it. This is a Hail Mary shot. We know he's blocking Carrion Feeder. I really wish the last perk of the ring gave the ability of the ring bearer can have a cheeseburger. Dude, I'm too tired for math. I love um the one good thing I've learned from Commander. The legend rule. I guess so. That beetle, if they don't, okay, there's the Carrion Feeder block. I was like, if they don't block Carrion Feeder, we might be able to punch through this. Okay. How do we keep our stuff? Maybe I should have just played Volta Whisper. I mean, the Nile Spellbomb there. Well, we're going to sacrifice the army token. Pump everything. Always yes. Always yield. Yep. Hmm. Okay. So, what do we got going on here? So, if we kill, we sack this one, makes it a 5/5. We kill this. Still don't kill this Gurmag Angler, though. Yeah, we're just going to be one shy, aren't we? That stinks. We can at least take their Gurmags out with us, right? I guess they get to keep their 6/6 one, don't they? They just get another Necromass here. Yeah, we're pretty dead. Well, we tried. You know what I mean? we tried. Go ahead and crack the bomb when he tries to recur. I should have cracked the bomb beforehand because he didn't have enough mana to play this Necromass. I should have cracked it beforehand. That's a misplay on my hand. I should have cracked it. I wanted to try to draw off of it. I didn't think about he didn't have enough mana for Necromass. I just automatically assumed Necromass costs 1. So that's my bad. Double Priest. Super dead. He was starting at the graveyard like, oh no. I doubt it. GG's. Alright, let's talk about this deck. Let's talk about some of these cards. First and foremost, I think Easterland Vanguard is good. I quite admit, I honestly just realized how good Werebear is. I mean, a 2/2 for 2 is on rate, but it just adds mana, plus it gets bigger. Yeah, Werebear's really good. Like, really, really good. But that was so much fun. You trashed me, dude. That, yeah, you demolished me. I feel like, though, if you're playing that Golgari Graves, a deck like this is probably what you want to sit across from. That seems like one of the more favorable matchups for you. But also, like, that Golgari Graveyards deck is just so cool. Like, that deck is just so cool. I want to play that deck so bad. I need to just set aside a day just to play that. I really do. Also, White Lotus, I think you are undefeated against me. What's up, Wolf the Ancient Slayer? That's a cool name. It's so much fun to play. It looks awesome. But yeah, I think you're going undefeated against me. I think I have a losing streak against you currently. I think. But anyway, let's talk about this deck, some of the new cards and stuff like that. I think the Prozac version is better, personally. I think it's just a better build. But let's talk about some of the new cards and what we kind of thought about them. First and foremost, I still like Haunt of the Dead Marshes. I think this is a good card. I enjoyed your play 7 Days. Yeah, 7 Days to Die. Yeah, I think I've seen some of your comments on there. I'm glad you enjoyed the series. That was a long time ago, and that was going on 5-6 years ago probably at this point. So I'm glad you enjoyed the series. I did do a short little run through of it with a couple friends. We just haven't been able to like get back together on it. So if you want a little bit more 7 Days to Die content, it's there. For right now, I'm kind of just focusing on Magic. It's my favorite game and has been for a while, and I've been kind of just always in the mood to play it. Also, with how YouTube's algorithm is running, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure like how much other stuff I'm going to be doing right now. But also, I'm just, like I said, I've just been enjoying playing Magic a ton. Is Scry worth it over Persistent Skeleton? I don't think so. That's what I'm getting at here. I don't have your score. No worries, Wolf. Gets to save $1 today. Yeah, no worries. But let's real quick, let's talk about let's talk about what's going on here. First and foremost, yeah, the new cards. I think Haunt of the Dead Marshes is a good card. I like Haunt of the Dead Marshes quite a bit, honestly. Like, I think it is a really solid card. I think it needs a little bit better of a shell, but I feel like this is a good one drop for some kind of deck in the future. I do like this card. Again, I just, like I said yesterday with Mono Black Control, just not really the shell for it. Persistent Skeleton is better. Like I said, I think if you're going to be playing a Mono Black sack deck, you need to play Prozac. You need to play the one that's got the proliferate. It's just more consistent, more steady, and has more power to it. The Easterling Van... Oh, let's go to Same's Desperate Rescue. Same's Desperate Rescue is good. It's not better than Unearth. It's not better than Crawl from the Cellar. It's not better than any of the other ones. How did you enjoy Doom? The Doom game? The last Doom game I played, I got really bored with it really quick. I wasn't... Like, I did one of the Doom games that was on PS4. It was just titled Doom. I did a walkthrough of it, and I did some of the online play. I thought the online play was pretty solid. Like, it was kind of just like a fun arcade, like, kind of online game. But as for the story mode, I got really bored really quick with it, to be 100% honest with you. And by the time I was getting to the end of it, I was just ready for it to be over. But I haven't played any of the other newer Doom games. But Same's Desperate Rescue, I think, like, if you're going to build a deck that does try to tempt the ring, like, obviously it's go with Haunt of the Dead Marshes, but I think if you're going to try to build a deck that does do ring temptation, like, this is a pretty solid recursion card. But as like I said, as opposed to some of the other recursion cards, not the best. Could be better. Also, sorcery speed kind of sucks, but I think a lot of those cards are sorcery speed. Easterling Vanguard, I think, is really solid. I like Easterling Vanguard. You should try Resident Evil. It's the best horror zombie game. I have tried a couple Resident Evil games. Don't like them. I like the movies. I think the movies are good popcorn fun. They're not the best movies, but I do think I do like some of the movies, but the games aren't my cup of tea. I've watched some gameplay. I've played a couple of them. Just not my thing. Easterling Vanguard, though, I think is really solid. Every Ring Temptation, Pauper is sorcery. Oh. No. Slip on the Ring's not. Slip on the Ring's instant speed. I think Easterling Vanguard's good, though. I think Easterling Vanguard is good in this deck because it survives a board wiper by replacing itself. And always, if you can get 2 creatures for 1 in a sack deck, I think it's good. I think this is a better version than Lazotep Reaver, personally, for my own personal opinion, because it does survive the board wipe. Lazotep, when it enters the battlefield, it creates a token. This is when it dies. I personally like that a little bit better. Orcish Medicine was kind of not as good as Fangs. We'll get to that in a secchi. Every Ring Temptation and Pauper Sorcerer. Went over that. Oh, I think it might be the only one. It might be the only one. Oh yeah, sorry, Wolf. I know a lot of people like the Resident Evils. I've watched some gameplay. It's just the gameplay of them is just not my thing. But like I said, I enjoy the movies. I like the stories of Resident Evil. I'm just not into their gameplay very much. There's not a lot of like horror games I'm like that into, if that makes sense, just because I typically find a lot of their gameplay not my style gameplay. But Easterling Vanguard I think is solid. I like Easterling Vanguard a lot. Mordor Muster, I'm not a fan of. You get to only draw 1 card for 2. It's sorcery speed. The Amass was okay, I guess. I definitely think Easterling Vanguard is better. Not a huge fan of this. I think it's meh. It could just be more Village Rites would have been a lot better. And then Orcish Medicine. I think Unexpected Things is much better in a deck like this than Orcish Medicine. However, to change that real quick, I do think Orcish Medicine is much better than Unexpected Things and Blue Black Terror. I think Orcish Medicine could be a lot better in other decks that aren't running as many creatures as to kind of counterbalance against Chainer's Edict. That's the only time I think Orcish Medicine is better than Unexpected Things. Could also be better in a token deck. like a Jun Gardens or something like that. I think Orcish Medicine could be better in. What movie is your favorite in the Resident Evil animation or live action? I've only seen one Resident Evil animation movie so far. I've not seen them all, and it was okay. It's one of the earlier ones. As for the movies, I really like the first Resident Evil. I think it's good. I like Apocalypse, and then I like the first one where they went 3D with it. And the only reason why I like that one quite a bit, I think that one's like probably in terms of the story and stuff, one of the weaker ones. But the reason why I like it is because they went all out with the 3D aspect of it, where they actually like tried to make the 3D relevant. Um, so I kind of like that one. It was like a fun experience in the theater with 3D. Um, but yeah, so I do think Orcish Medicine has a spot in some decks, but probably not in here. So that's been another round of trying out some of the Lord of the Ring cards. We have a list from David that is I don't have it on here yet. The Mono Red Theft, the Mono Red Hijack deck to try out. This is not it. To try out eventually to see what it's like. And then obviously I have a ton from you all who's suggested decks. So I'm really excited about that to check that out. Cool. Yeah, like I said, I like the Resident Evil movies. I think they're pretty fun. I wouldn't mind. There was a newer Resident Evil animation that I haven't checked out. I haven't really heard anything about it. I've heard the live action Netflix show is horrible though. What if we were to put a ring on a 1/1 with Infect and then go after the declare no blocks, pump the hell out of it? Yeah, I think so. I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's any ring temptation cards though, in just Bombadil's Song. I guess you could put Bombadil's Song in Infect for sure. But anyway, so we got plenty of decks to go through. That's where I'm going to wrap up this stream. Birthday dinner would make it possible. Play Simic? When was birthday? I know I got birthday. Yeah, birthday escape, you mean? Draw a card, ring tempts you. Potentially, yeah. Potentially. But yeah, we'll try out some stuff in the future for sure. But as for now, that's where I'm going to be wrapping up this stream. Thank you all for hanging out. If you want to support the channel, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, all that is a great way to do so. If you want to support the channel even further, though, you can consider becoming a member. $1 a month gets you access to the community Discord server. Also gets you custom emotes when I live stream. Your name turns green. You get a badge next to your name. Your name also goes at the beginning and the end of the stream in a credit scroll. Yeah, White Lotus, thanks for the stream, too. What game would you be interested in, Mario or Sonic? I would be more interested in Mario than Sonic games, although I'm interested in both of them. I've covered a couple Marios on the channel. I've covered 1 or 2 Sonic games, but I have a lot of Sonic games. I just haven't like sat down to really play through them yet. But yeah, I prefer Mario over Sonic tenfold, but I like both of them, I guess. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, Wolf. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the Magic content as well. Thanks also for checking out some of my other games. If you want to see me play a bunch of other games, there's a bunch of stuff on the channel. Like I said, right now I'm kind of focused in on Magic, but who's to say I won't go back. But yeah, hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will catch you all later. Take it easy. Peace.